y'all, and welcome back to another episode with yours truly, Jayla Simone. And today is another episode of Divinity. And welcome to the divine space to create, grow, and simply just be. And that's on period, okay? So, welcome back to another episode. I am so excited to just talk with y'all. I just did my hair, y'all see? And if you're not tuned into the YouTube, you need to be tuned into the YouTube because this is where it's at, and that's on period. So for today's episode, I would like to start by sharing a poem with y'all. It's really aligning with today's topic of discussion. The name of the poem is called Space. This is a poem that I personally wrote, and it's just been a lot going on. So I hope that this touches who it needs to touch, reach who it needs to reach, and that's on period. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Feel free. We about to cue this joint up right now. Give me 1 second while I get it together. But yeah. So favorite version of self, reflecting who, what, and how. Oh wait, that's not even the notes per se. Today's episode notes is right here. Where did I put these to? It should be in caps. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, this is the poem that I wrote called Space. Here we go. We're gonna start. I'm about to begin right now. I just need space. Space to be, space to create, space to breathe. Options and decisions, priority and discernment. 22 in the world of 23. This world is structured and dysfunctional. I just need space. Space to think, space to be, space to think. Where does advice give space? Space to think, space to be. He said, she said, they said. But what does my heart say? God, which path is direct? Yet the journey, the race, is just beginning. Can you trust me? Trust me to create space, space to think, space to grow. How is your advice receptive? Receptive space, the original idea I brought to you. Alignment with how can I and not I can't. Limiting to my endless possibilities. The voices of a path they chose. What do you choose? How can I obtain the desires of my heart without sacrificing space to breathe? Sacrificing something. Space to think, space to be. I can't do X, Y, and Z. How can I do X, Y, and Z? Receptive of space, embodiment of desire, energy that comes from the soul, the connection to earth, receptive of possibilities. So I wrote this poem because it really was just a time in my life. Like right now, I'm not going to say it's conflicting. It was conflicting. It was a very conflicting space, and I would say that it was very vulnerable space that I was in, along with a very sensitive space that I was in. And the other day I was actually listening to a podcast, and she was talking about how a family member of hers was speaking to her about like how she could be doing bigger and better than what she was doing, and her numbers were too small and they're too little. And it really, not that it triggered me, but she was talking about how like it kind of triggered her and how it was depleting in a way, and that if she was just beginning her podcast, how discouraging it would be. And it really made me reflect even more on the situation that I was in, because there are people in your life who feel like they know everything, and there's people in your life who are genuinely not listening to you. I spoke about this in another episode about how the people in our lives, you need to have discernment when it comes to asking for advice and who you are receiving advice from, because what I've realized is that people are not really receptive, and their advice that they give sometimes doesn't leave space for the original question or the original thought that was brought up. Okay? I personally find that very, very interesting because, you know, you really got to pay attention. Like, you have to pay attention. Like, there's so many things that go on in this world. There's so many things that kind of like revolve around us that we don't pay attention to. And I think sometimes we don't pay attention to the advice that someone's giving us, and sometimes we just take their advice, or sometimes we just automatically receive what they're saying and allow that to dictate how you move, whether that's right now or later on. Because I'm realizing as well, like myself, I'm receiving people's advice and allowing it to affect my emotions. I was allowing it to affect my emotions. Now it's not. It's about learning how to react and learning who you could talk to and who you could share your ideas with and your expressions with, and having that level of security. And if it's going to be that you can only speak to yourself, then that's fine. I think 100% that's okay, and I feel like you should go for it. Period, point blank. Okay? So, with that being said, I've really been looking towards creating space for myself and being able to look forward to a level of receptive love and receptive understanding, because it's just so important to be receptive. Now, if you don't know what receptive means, I would highly suggest to look it up. Um, I kind of wish I wrote the definition down, but I didn't. So look it up if you're not sure. So, overall, like, this is just a season to find, well, let me not say a season, because I'm not going to claim my whole season as this. But right now, I'm in a stage of building my confidence and finding my confidence, because there was a time in my life, and honestly, I told myself, like, the first step towards finding this level of confidence and the first step towards this letting go, there we go, letting go of this grief is from, you know, having a happy place, or reminding yourself of a season where you were the most confident, or something that makes you feel best, you know, like your best self. Okay, if that makes sense. It makes sense. I know it do. But overall, it's just like looks can be deceiving. You know, we can be deceived by so many things in this world, so many things in this life, time, people, places. Like, there's so many things that we could deceive ourselves upon, and also that other people can influence deceit for us as well. It's really just time to block out the noise and to block out the world and simply create and be who you're meant to be, because this is your time, this is your space, and nobody can take that from you. No, nobody, not one human being. Period, point blank. Okay? So there are some my words are jumbling today. Hold on, let me get a sip of water, because I did tell myself I need to get better at getting my water together while I'm talking, because baby, mouth be on dry. I am my own critic. One thing about it is, I am my own critic, and I don't need anybody else to critique me. And I think that's something that really irks me when it comes to asking people for advice. I didn't ask you to critique me. I asked you what you think. Not, oh, well, you should do this. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Critiquing it has its definition. Y'all know what critique means. But I also want to open us up with some questions. So question number 1 is, what is your current perspective of your situation, and how have you reframed and rebranded this perspective? I believe, like, you don't have to have a negative perspective. Excuse me. It's given that I forgot the word. But anyway, you don't have to have a negative perspective to want to reframe or rebrand your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there could be one thing that you don't like, or there's at least one thing that you know you could change your perspective about your current situation, whether it's good or bad, and allow that to move you and elevate you in the way that you need to be elevated. You feel me? So the next question is also, what do I deserve? Like after you um even even if you want to do the second question first as like what you deserve, and then seeing how that may conflict with your first question or your current perspective, I would suggest to do that, because period. You know what I'm saying? So, for our first topic today, I want to talk about allowing God to lead and having confidence in yourself. Um, there was a what do you say? I guess I would say like a proclaiming statement. We're gonna call it a proclaiming statement. There's a proclaiming statement in my sister's devotion that I took and I wrote it down because I wanted to share it with y'all, because I feel like, we don't take, oh God, y'all, like it's just so many things in this world that kind of make you feel like, why should I believe that? Or, oh, it's strict. Like it just get real strict. Like I said, like this world is so like organized. What did I say? Let me make sure I use the exact words that I used in this joint. This world is structured and dysfunctional. How can something be structured and dysfunctional, babes? Ask yourself, okay? Because it's just like, the world has certain rules and regulations, right, that we're supposed to follow. But then the dysfunction comes when you start to figure things for yourself, and the things that you learn start to become like, wait, hold on, what? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now, like I was so conflicted with my faith, and I was so conflicted with the moves that I wanted to make. I was so conflicted with the plans that God gave me, and I feel like it caused a lot of friction, and it caused a lot of concern by me because it's just like, baby, just a couple of months ago you was confident in these plans. You know what I'm saying? And I was just telling my sister, like, time and these months and all this other stuff, like the illusion of, oh, 3 months went by and I shouldn't be here anymore, I should be here, like this illusion of where you should be is, I want to dead it. Me personally, I just want to dead it, because it's just like, just because who I was in January is somebody different from who I was in April, and even the person I was in April is different from the person that I am in May. It's also just a proclaiming statement that it shows resilience. It shows true change. It shows true vulnerability. It shows true accountability, discipline, and responsibility, that you are able to even be a different person between January and May. You feel me? This year has gone by. We almost 6 months in, babes. We almost 6 months in. And I think a big problem that I used to have is not praising my accomplishments, regardless of if they're big to my family or if they're big to my friends or big to y'all. Like, it really doesn't matter. There's so many things that I do. There are so many things that I have done that like doesn't get enough praise, and it's really irking me. I'm not gonna lie, it's irking me. Oh, he said working me. That was Quavo. Yeah, he said working me, but it's irking me, because I just feel like, babes, you are such an amazing person, and I feel like that's where my confidence like lacks. That's why my confidence used to lack, is because I used to not praise myself. I used to not be able to acknowledge the work that I put in. I used to not be able to see the greatness in the things that I do. First of all, this podcast is a pure sign of growth. Y'all hear me on here. Y'all been talking, chatting with me from last year, November. It's almost a year that I've been doing this. And it's crazy, because a part of me feels like I might be moving too fast, or a part of me feels like, you want visuals and you want this and you want that, but baby, you gotta take it step by step. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, people really will, like, in this time thing, the illusion of time. Like, I've been where I've been at. I've changed my situation a month ago, and within a month it felt like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And within a month I felt like, oh, I should be here, I should be here, I should be here, I should be here. Whole time a week went by. Whole time a day went by. 2 days went by from when I changed my situation. You rushing. Why are you rushing? You rushing because it's people in your life telling you you should be doing this. Telling you, oh, asking you the same questions every day. You don't even have time to process yourself. You don't even have time to create space. You don't even have time to create space for yourself. It's time to create space, baby. So let me read the proclamation, the proclaiming word, the proclaiming statement. Okay? So it says, God, I know you have a plan for my life, but sometimes it is hard for me to see. Help me confidently lift my head above the fray and believe that you will lead me safely to victory. Period. And a verse that I'm going to give y'all to really stand firm on it is January 29:11. I'm crying. Ain't no way I just said January. I'm funny. Hilarious even. Let's run that back. Jeremiah 29:11, babes, says, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. To give you a future and a hope. You know, my dad, I think he said to me one day, he was like, hope is not promising or something like that. But it's just like, even God gives me hope. So how can hope not be promising? How can hope not be able to bring me out of my situation? How can hope not allow me to see the future? How can hope not allow me to support my visions? When God is giving me hope. He gave me the blueprint, baby. I am the blueprint. Why y'all over here trying to talk down on what I'm trying to do, baby? I am the blueprint. I'm the blueprint. You don't see the plans because I'm the blueprint. I'm about to put the plans down. I'm about to build the house. I'm about to put these blueprints and I'm about to be the construction worker. Baby, I am art. I am already in this space. Y'all, I'm too hyped. I can't even lie like that. The podcast topic is getting me hyped because one, I got my hair done. Two, I got my lashes done. I got my little blush and I got my gloss. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real, real good. But also it's because I'm talking to myself right now. I really feel this conversation deeply because it's just been it used to be so much frustration going on in my head. So much conflict that I'm having because there's so many people trying to tell me what I should be doing. There's so many people trying to tell me that I can't do something. There's so many people trying to tell me that the way that I think is incorrect. I just feel like the audacity. Because here's the thing about it, right? The same people that you asking for advice about where they're at, right? They have faith to do and go for that thing, right? That's why I'm asking you for advice. What allowed you, and maybe I need to reframe my questions, but I also feel like, babes, you're not thinking for real. Because here you are telling me about your path towards your greatness, your path towards where you're at now, and how you have faith in God, and how God led you to where you at, and you just knew to listen to him, and you just knew to do this and go there, and this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to do. But when I asked you, how can I achieve this, that, and the third? You don't talk about your faith. You talk about how I can't do this. You talk about how you can't see my vision, basically. When somebody says that you can't do something that was put on your heart, because where's your heart at, baby? Where your heart at? You know what I'm saying? Something that was put on your heart. You telling me that you can't see my heart. You telling me you can't see where I'm trying to go. You can't see the vision. And that's cool. Just say that. Just say you can't see what I'm talking about. Just tell me that you can't see where I'm headed because you don't know the faith that I have. You don't have faith in me. And that's cool. But to sit here and try to say that my spiritual relationship is out of whack, to say that I need to get off of social media, to say that I need to stop my podcast, to say that I need to stop making YouTube videos, you done lost your blasted mind. You had to have just gone crazy because, baby, how would you feel? Like, that's like me telling you to quit your job. That's like me telling you as a grown 40, 50, 30-year-old person to quit your job because it's not serving you. That's not what you want to do. You can't do that no more if you're trying to do this. You're going to look at me like, girl, I made so much money from this. And it's just like, how can you try to downplay my faith? How can you try to downplay my hope? How can you try to sit here and downplay my vision when this house you in was a vision? When your job and the money that you're making was a vision, you had to have faith to even accomplish those things. Don't let these people play with you because I'm done letting these people play with me. I love them to death, and I value their opinion greatly. But the disrespect, I ain't going for. And I get that at the end of the day, they coming from a good place. They're coming from a place of love, but they're not coming from a place of understanding. They're not coming from a place of understanding. They're not coming from a place of hope or faith. But it don't matter because God got me regardless, right? So the next question that goes with this verse that I have is, what have I begun with the blueprints God has for me? What have I done? Let me tell y'all what I've done. Let me tell y'all what I have done after I've already expressed, like, there's so many things I want to do. But let me tell y'all what I have done with the blueprints that God had given me. And you know what's crazy about it is, right? Because I had also seen this post, and it was like, to all the people who have had ideas and brought them to life, like, kudos to you, because you really brought nothing into something. Let's just sit and think about that real quick. You brought nothing into something. Let me tell y'all how many ideas I have brought into something. Let me tell y'all what blueprints I have brought to life. Planet Resilience. This painting, that one right there, if you watching on YouTube, you'll see it. I brought that to life. Planet Resilience is made up. It's made up. But if you heard the description, if you heard the people who live on this planet, if you've heard what the reason for this planet is and why people even go to visit this planet, you would think it was a real place. Y'all playing with me. And this is only the beginning of Planet Resilience. This is only the beginning of a community full of Godspeed children. This is the only beginning. Let me tell y'all another blueprint. This podcast. When I first started the podcast, it was called Planet Resilience Headquarters because I wanted it to be aligned with my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel was Planet Resilience. My YouTube channel is now Zyah Simone. Let me tell y'all something else, and I'm gonna keep it a motherfucking stack. And I'm only gonna say this once. My name is Jasmine Henry. Ain't no hiding, ain't no lying. I don't need to lie, babes. Zyah Simone is made up. But I bet you, if you never met me in real life, I bet you if you came across me on social media, you would think Zyah Simone was a I don't know what y'all think. I don't really care what y'all think. But I know that how I present Zyah Simone is exactly what I'm doing. Exactly what I'm trying to perceive. It's exactly the type of person that I am. It's still me. But Zyah Simone is made up. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. Zyah Simone is made up. Jayla is a name that my dad called me basically my whole life. That's his little nickname for me. Simone, I just slapped that on there because it sound good and she sound bad. She sound famous. You know, my husband told me, oh, I'm cracking up. But anyway, why he tell me that he was like, yeah, oh, not the alarm. Come on, alarm. Cramping my style. But, you know what he told me? He was like, that sound like somebody famous. Thank you for the confirmation. And then, you know, my brother came to me yesterday. He was like, why y'all got these fake names? Like you and my sister, me and my sister. He was like, y'all got these fake names. Like, what is that about? Like, you know, that's just another persona. You think most of these, you think Tyler Creator is Tyler the Creator? You think he was born with that name? He made that up and brought it to life. He created a figure. He created a figure to look up to for you. Let that sink. This podcast was an idea. It was called Divine Chatter. Period. Now it's called Divine Conversations with Self. And then Spotify gonna try to tell me it's too long. Baby, please. These is Divine Conversations with Self because that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm talking to me and I'm talking to whoever else who needs to hear this because I'm angry. I'm ready to go to war for it. Baby, you better be ready to go to war. I'm ready to go to war behind what I'm trying to do because I'm talking right now and I had an idea for this podcast episode and I had an idea of like what I wanted the conversation to be around, but I just didn't think it was gonna be like this. I didn't think it was gonna be this hype, but I'm happy for it because once again, these ideas are bringing revelations. These ideas are bringing clarity. Let me tell y'all something else another blueprint that I brought up. Lil Jon Company. First of all, Lil Jon Company is popping, and y'all know about it, but y'all don't know about it. It's out there, but it just ain't lit yet. It ain't lit yet. You feel me? Like, it's out there. It's people out here who really rock Lil Jon Company, and still people out here who don't even know what that is. Baby, when I pop out, y'all gonna remember when I was talking about on this podcast, talking about the idea and talking about how I started. Another blueprint. Graduating college. Baby, you know how many times I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna just actually I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I ever really thought about dropping out. I've definitely thought about transferring, but I didn't. And I finished. And I finished early. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. And I'm saying that to me, and I'm saying that to the haters. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Because at this point, it's just not funny anymore. It's not funny, and I don't deserve that. What do I deserve? I deserve respect. I deserve honesty, and I deserve understanding. And I don't give a rat's behind. I don't care. Because one thing about it is I'm tired of these certain sayings or certain things people keep telling us you can't have. Why can't I have understanding? If I'm surrounded by people who understand me, baby, I'm always getting understanding. Oh, anyway, next topic. Yes. So next, for the next topic of discussion, we're describing a season. I don't even know how to keep... I don't know. I feel like as the topic really changed, it don't matter. We just gonna keep flowing with the flow. Y'all feel me? Y'all know we here, we connected, we are aligned, and I love it here. So during the season of, I believe that the title, let me not say title, but this season for me is about flowing and flourishing. Flowing and flourishing. Flourishing to me means simply being, simply creating, flourishing, blossoming, bigger, better, bigger and better. Anyway, which is also leading into a reframe and a rebrand of where we are and the perspective and the goal and heading towards there. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me. So, 2 more questions that I want to add to the question list. How do I plan to allow God to lead? How do I plan to allow God to lead me through? Lead me through, not lead me to, lead me through these blueprints, these plans that he gave me. Because what he didn't tell me was he was going to give me all these plans and everybody was going to tell me, oh, you're crazy. That's what he didn't tell me. And I kind of wish that he did, because I really didn't think, like, you never, well, I'm not saying you never, but it's just like, I just did not think that me expressing my ideas or my plans to the people who I felt like see me the most would be something that they were just like, baby, you can't do that. Laughing at you in your face, baby, you can't do that. Like, you're crazy. Why would you even think you could do that? It's just like, wow. Didn't think that was going to happen. Did not think that was going to happen. But then it's just like, there are so many people who support me. There are so many people who see my vision. There are so many people who listen to me and encourage me to go for these things. But yet the people who I'm really looking for, or the people who are ahead of me in some type of way, are telling me, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. What does that mean? I'm not sure. But what does that mean? Question number 2. How do I choose to react and respond to external things out of my control? Because like I was talking about a little earlier, like that level of reaction and response is important. Because if you're allowing your feelings to affect you, if you're allowing your feelings to take up space, then that could be turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta allow your feelings to be on the paper and not react to them, which means not feeling it. And that's possible. It's possible. When you figure it out, let me know. But it's possible. I promise you it's possible. So, to close, well, not really to close this, but lastly, I want to talk to y'all about, well, yeah, I guess this is the closing of the episode. I just want to talk to y'all about a campaign that I'm starting called Reframe and Rebrand. I'm going to put a picture of the flyer right here. But this week started, today is Wednesday, May 3rd. Hopefully I get this up same day. If not, I'll get it up tomorrow. But this month is going to be my fasting month, 1000%. And I like to say my fasts are called soul fasting. I'm going to be honest with you. Fasting never really made that much sense to me, so I made up my own way of fasting that works for me. It works for me. Now, if you want to try out and you want to come through, join a gang and get on this. It's me and my friend right now. I know for sure we on this together. We on this journey together of fasting. And yes, so this is our soul's fast of self-assurance and just leading to a bigger purpose in life. Like, yeah. The topic or the theme, well, overall, I want this campaign, I want this fasting period to really generate discipline, which is going to create that level of balance or that level of priority in your life. What's important? What needs to get done? What's going to get done? What's going to get you to where you deserve to be? What's going to get you to what God has planned for you? You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in him or not, at the end of the day, there's a greater force that's bigger than us. Simple as that. The universe is bigger than us. And the universe is listening hard. And that's why it's like you gotta be particular. You have to pay attention. It's so important to pay attention. It's so important to pay attention. Can't talk about it enough. It's so important to pay attention. So there was a post that I saw, and the post said, a fresh start isn't a new place, it's a mindset. And this campaign is all about your mindset. Where are you? Where are you right now? Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? Are you going to discipline yourself and take that time to really go for it? Or are you just going to keep chilling? Because at the end of the day, you can move around. You could go from Houston to Dallas. You could go from Houston to Atlanta. You could go from Atlanta to California. But that doesn't matter because, because I was thinking to myself, like, that's what I wrote. How can you thrive in a new environment with old habits or ways of the past? I moved out of Houston. And I feel like the reason why my month kind of was going in a loop is because I'm trying to do the same things I was doing in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't work. And I also think that at a point in time, my mindset didn't change. I still started to feel pity. I still started to feel like, how am I going to make something shake for myself? But once again, that's me listening to other people and their doubts and their worries and their problems that they're trying to put on me. They're trying to stress me out. And a part of me feels like I could run away. A part of me feels like, girl, move out and you could be free. A part of me is like, don't talk to those people. You're going to be good. But it's not about a new place. It's about a mindset. It's about how are you going to change your mind? How are you going to adapt? How are you going to follow through? How are you going to follow through? How are you going to follow through? It's time to get clear on the standard of your life. What are the standards of your life? What are your musts? What are your non-negotiables? I made a list of my non-negotiables on my Notion. You can also do that in your journal. This is also why journaling is just so important to me, because it's literally a physical documentation of things that I need to get done, or things that I should look back on, or things that will be beneficial to me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I created this campaign. Let me tell y'all a secret. I created this campaign in January just to come back to it in May and be like, I'm ready for this. I literally, let me show y'all. Okay, so this is my visionary journal for y'all to know, and if you don't know, now you know. And excuse me, when did I get this? I actually got this journal in December. Got it in December. But I filled out the journal and I did a bunch of different stuff. And, but it wasn't until recently, and I feel like, and this is another reason why I'm just so grateful to write things down, because sometimes you get into states of depression, or you get into states of like, damn, like, it's depleting or it's defeating. But when you write certain things down, you have pictures, you go back, and it's a new level of like motivation and like assurance and confidence. This has allowed me to gain more confidence. And I want to really take this month of May to really embody this experience of newness and this experience of a fresh start. This is a fresh start. Graduated college 4 months ago, and I still feel like 5 months ago. I graduated college almost 5 months ago, and people would say, what do you have to show for it? I don't know. If I'm going to be honest, I have no idea, but I've been doing my podcast. I've been uploading more YouTube videos. I've been really working on myself and understanding where I want to be and regaining that confidence and alignment with what it is that I want to do in my life. And that's what I needed to do these past 5 months. Because if I would have rushed into something that I didn't want to do, I don't know where I would be, honestly. And I don't know how much stress or what type of clarity that would have been for me. I really don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, you really can't even look at the past. It's just like, at the end of the day, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Even though my last 5 months might have been trash, or my last 5 months really took a toll on me or took away from me, at the end of the day, where I'm at today is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And if I didn't go through those last 4 months of confusion and confliction and all this stuff, I would not have this to speak about with y'all today on May 3rd, 2023. I would not have been able to write that poem. I would not have been able to realign with this campaign. And that's on period. And that's why it's important to remember your progress, give yourself grace, and to allow yourself to just be patient. And at the end of the day, I keep telling myself too, like, it's going to take time. Like, it's really going to take time. Even though like a lot of people may try to make you feel like, oh, you doing too much, or you're not moving fast enough, or whatever the case might be. Even being on social media, like, I had to delete Instagram the other day, but I got it right back because I did my hair today, baby, and I'm posting, and my eyes watering. But yeah, like, it just really takes a toll. But I have, y'all, so we're gonna be touching on all of this. You see this? This is the campaign right here. Pages and pages of notes, affirmations, encouragement. Let's call it encouragement. Like, you see, it's another podcast episode that I did before, and I remember it. But it's just like, I'm excited to go on this new, fresh journey of reframing and rebranding. Rebranding is going to be, the reframing is the mindset part. It's a fresh start. Now we're going to reframe our minds, right? After we reframe our minds, we're going to rebrand the appearance. We're going to rebrand how we show up. We're going to rebrand the presentation. We about to fix it up. Give it some glitter. Give it some glam. Give it some shine. You feel me? And we finna, ooh, I want to say it, but I ain't going to say it. But y'all know we finna F this up. Period. Period. And that's on period. Because can't nobody tell me otherwise. I am defining my own version of success. Simple. I am defining my own version of success. And that's on period because I deserve that. I deserve that more than anything. I deserve my own definition of life. I deserve my own perspective. I deserve my own world. Period. Because you have your own world. And I feel like this community, we have people in our lives that feel like we need to be doing certain X, Y, and Z. And I think it's because some people feel like because they brought you in this world, they could take you out. But baby, I still have my own life. I have my own experiences. You're not with me 24/7. You're not. So you could talk about the little 30 minutes you see me day to day. Not even 30 minutes, the little 5 seconds you see me, or the little 2 5-minute text conversation we had. That means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's let this truck pass. Ooh. So, as I finally officially close this episode, I want to give y'all the affirmations that I have for this week, along with a word bank for the campaign. Just some words that I feel like are worth remembering, some words that I feel like are worth writing down, some words that I feel like are worth just knowing and simply gaining a better understanding and having more insight of where you're going and what you're trying to do and all that other stuff, because you deserve it. And that's what you deserve. You deserve the best life ever. Everyone deserves the best life ever. I don't think there's anybody in this world that doesn't deserve the best life ever, because at the end of the day, we are meant for more. We are meant for greater. We are meant to really impact ourselves and then be able to be fisher of men and be able to plant seeds. And I want to plant seeds at the end of the day. Like, I don't know everything. And I'm going to get on here and one day I might say something and the next day I might say something else. But this is my This is mine. And can't nobody tell me nothing about what to say on my podcast or on my YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, this is my perspective. This is my opinion. And this is my world. Simple. Now, just don't get too caught up in all of that and then forgetting, consideration of other people and all this other stuff. You feel me? So, I have 3 affirmations. Affirmation number 1, I am home in my body. I am my own sacred space. And I'm showing up for myself all the time. I deserve all the desires in my heart because they are in my heart for a reason. This is a season to show up. Like, genuinely show up. And showing up could mean anything. It can mean anything or look like anything for you. Just make sure you know your truth at the end of the day, because that's really what matters. It's the hiccups for me. That's what matters the most. So for our word bank, we have the word bliss, discipline, flourish, heart, grounding, flow, freedom, love, space, sacredness, reflection, ambition, deceit, rebrand, self-assurance, discipline, priority. And yeah, that's all I have for today. And I'm glad it wasn't too long. I'm not gonna lie, because I kind of do want to just give y'all less. I don't know, less is more, but I think I want to pull a card or 2 for us. Actually, I can't pull 2. I might have to pull 3. So I'm about to pull 3 cards for us and see what messages the divine have for us, which I'm so grateful for, because I've been pulling more and receiving more, and that has been the utmost joy and the utmost clarity and love and support. And don't get too caught up in the readings. Don't get too caught up in the cards. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the cards. We're not gonna do the cards today. I'll pull cards next episode for sure. I'm gonna give y'all a break from the cards and the signs, and just hear my words today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It was definitely 100% a freaking pleasure. I'm so happy that I took the time to do this before I went to work because I really did need this. I needed this. Sometimes I need these talks too. You feel me? And I love that I'm pouring into myself just as much as I want to pour into other people, and I'm glad that I'm gaining my own understanding and pulling myself out of these clouds. Let's say clouds. Really remembering my worth, really understanding that, people are scared of my potential. People out here really just be wanting you to just sit quiet and not say nothing. And as a black woman, there's a lot of things that I feel like I need to also be aware of when it comes to jobs, when it comes to where you're headed and all this stuff. But let me tell you something. Don't let this race, don't let your gender dictate how you gonna show up. Period, point blank. Because I might be black, but baby, this voice gonna be heard. And that's on period. It's gonna be heard, period, point blank. Okay? And I might be a woman, but baby, I bring in life. I might be a woman, but baby, the knowledge is power, and I'm key. Okay? I might be a woman, but there's so many things about being a woman that is worth celebrating. There's so many things about being a black woman to celebrate. And I feel like we don't take enough time to do those things. We don't take enough time to acknowledge the value in us, in our skin, in our presence, in our being. Because it's giving goddess energy, baby. And my crown is back. Period. The crown is back. The queen is back. The queen has arrived. The queen has arrived. But let me get dressed, get something to eat. It was so lovely to create space, to be in this space. Create space and be in it with y'all. I hope that this was very enlightening. I hope that this was worth every freaking second. And I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to hear from y'all and talk to y'all in the next episode. Bye. Mwah.